Hi guys, this European Stacker here today, and thanks for tuning in. So today we are gonna talk about silver, because there is a lot of things that I don't believe is right now. So I think we are being lied to some extent, and I also want to talk about, is silver actually real money? So guys, as a stacker, I do sometimes feel like I'm getting really crazy when I'm looking at the prices. And I'm looking at the prices drop, the price goes up, I'm feeling like I'm, into momentum. Look at this, I'm gonna make, a lot of money from the silver I was investing. But what is actually controlling those prices? And how much influence do we stackers have in this influence of the prices? So I want to slow down here and say that the paper market for silver is pretty crazy. The ratio of what is paper and what is actually physical silver right now to this day is around 233 to 1. So this means that for every coin like this, every maple leaf like this, one ounce, there is 233 times as much paper silver on the market being sold today. So some of this might be backed up, but most of it are EFTs, so exchange traded funds, that are basically just stock market products. The second part that I want to talk about today is around what is the use of silver. So I hear a lot of YouTubers lately that are looking at silver and right now saying that it's a really good investment because silver is really cheap and we are having a giant crisis coming up, and in order to survive this crisis, silver prices will go up. And the funny thing is, and one of the things that I feel like many people is forgetting about this, is the fact that silver and gold, specifically in very unstable economical situations that we have right now, if we're looking at the history, we can also see that during financial crisis in the past, silver have actually dropped while gold has gone up in, well, almost all of them. So gold is a traditional safe haven. I think it's pretty well known already. However, right now that we are standing in front of one of the largest economical crises that we had in a long time, and people say, hey, invest in silver because it's going to protect your wealth. Well, it will against, for example, inflation. Most likely because at one point the industry probably is going to start to pick up and we're going to get back part of the investment that we were putting. So that's the good part. But historically there's not much support that silver is actually going to increase in value when the markets are very low or the market is losing trust. Gold, on the other hand, have been growing a lot during these times in the past. So when people today are screaming around like silver will go up to 50 or 100 $8 an ounce, for example. And we support this with that this economy is crashing and silver, will protect us. It really misses, I think, the point of how silver has been handled in the past. And you probably know that silver is mainly an industrial metal, so it's mainly used in the industry. And the fact that 60% of the industry use, of silver is used in the industry and medicine, around 15% in jewelry, 5% in silverware, and for coins and bar, only around a fifth, so or around 20% of that whole thing. So if we are really having a big economical crisis coming up, who is gonna buy all this silver? So the industry is gonna go down. People are not probably gonna buy a lot of jewelry. I don't think that people will invest in silverware, definitely not in the industry use, like electric cars and stuff. People will probably wait with that investment. So silver is mainly an industry metal, and this is part of the reason why when the stock market is going down, silver is going down with it. Now, of course, that can be a great opportunity right now, but as we know, there is a big push right now for people to say, well, silver is going to go up to 50 or 100. I mean, based on what? It's not based on looking at the history. It's true that both gold and silver in recent years have been a bit more attached than they used to. But does that mean that silver is gonna take gold's place as a cheaper safe haven metal? And right now it's lacking the support, but still everyone is wishing for it. So what I want to say with this is just be careful out there, because there is a lot of people that want to sell silver during this time. And these people are going to make a lot of money. The second thing that I want to talk about today is what I mentioned around the paper market first. So, by traditional means, yes, I do believe that silver is money, that it is real money, comparing to US dollars or euros, because it can't be reproduced. However, here's the interesting part. It can't be reproduced, but the fact that the paper market comparing to the physical market today is more than 200 times as big, and the paper silver can be produced more. So you can create almost endless EFTs without like really backing up the silver. And a very big example of that was the oil prices that went down below zero, mainly driven by the EFTs in the market, because people are using this betting and using this as a paper currency that could be just reproduced, just put out there. And in reality, this today is what's driving silver demand and silver price. So we are talking right now that I don't quite know actually if the silver price for physical silver is actually cheap or expensive, because it's based on what? It's based on something very similar to fiat money, can be reproduced and cloned into infinity. And what we have in front of us here is just such a small part of silver. So there is a big long-term case for silver, and the reason why I'm stacking it, because silver is an industrial metal. It's going to be used in electric cars that is going to take over the future. It's used in medicine. The recent pandemic, it's also used in medicine. It can also kill bacteria if it's sprayed on surfaces. It's an excellent metal for the industry, and the industry demand will look at pure silver. You won't look at paper or anything like that. So my belief is that at one point the price for paper silver and physical bullions are gonna split up and become two different identities. It's already happening more or less, because obviously you can buy paper silver to spot, but frankly you can also you can also still buy physical bullions at spot. So even though these ones, for example, still have a premium to it, and this premium right now, it's actually just pure demand. But with that being said, I think that there is a big difference between a physical material and paper price, and the fact that the paper price is today controlling the price of silver, and we are still able to buy bullions for under spot, or at least junk silver. We are able to buy physical silver for under spot, and this is a price that is dependent on mainly the stock market. So what do you think? Do you think that physical silver is actually much cheaper, and that this whole exchange trade or stock market, paper market is actually pushing up prices of silver to an unreasonable level? Or do you believe the opposite, that the real thing is going to cost a lot of money, much more money in the future, and the paper market might go down, but these ones are still going to keep a premium, and premium would be something similar to the real price of physical silver? I would love to hear your opinion on that. This has been a quite, I think, messy episode, but it's some really important questions. Specifically, remember that more than 200 times the physical market is represented for silver paper market. So just basically stock, it's very similar to just stocks and paper stocks that can just be produced into the infinity. And then the case for silver is also that right now there is a lot of uncertainty in the economy, and before we have a solution to that, the industry demand is probably not going to go up a lot. So why should silver that is mainly used for industrial use go up in price? What many people talk about, like 50 or 100, like why should it go up like that? What proofs does this have, and why is the history pointing in a completely different direction? So thanks a lot, guys, for listening. Very excited to hear your opinion in the comments below, and if you appreciate this video and these coins, click the like button and please subscribe. Hey, have a good day, and I'll speak with you soon.